Welcome to part 2 of searching the Dalby database. Today we're going to start with the very first field or the very first database that will open up. It's the cemetery database. In fact, when you sign in, this is the one that will open up on your screen. You can see here that there are different field names where you can record information. As with searching, I recommend that people add in as little information as possible. What happens is the more information you add in, the narrower it gets. For example, if you've got a woman, you're looking for a Sarah, did she have an H on her name or not? If you add it in, it will only search for those with the H. If you leave it out, it will search those with and without the H at the end. So let's search here. We'll just enter in the word Whipple. And you can see from this that there are 132 results that enter in from that. Also, you can see that these are the field names that are and the material that's the data that's entered in under this. If the field name is underlined, clicking on that alphabetizes or sorts that list. Clicking on it once puts it in alpha order from A to Z. Clicking on it twice reverses that order. So that's really great if you're looking for a William versus an Anna. So here you can, as you look across, you can see here's that cemetery code list. Knowing where that is, and remember, of course, that you could find that code list on the very opening page. But it is this last section way over here I want to highlight. This notes section is invaluable. You can see here we've got an Alice whose spouse's name was Leslie, and Alice and Leslie died in 1983. Nee is a way of saying what her maiden name is. So Alice's maiden name was Jensen. She was married on October 5th in 1935, and you can find her obituary in this newspaper, and this is the date of that obituary that's going to be published. You can find all kinds of other information, but if you click on the cemetery ID, that can be particularly interesting. If you've got family who's buried, for example, in a cemetery, all of a sudden you can find who else is perhaps going to be related. And sure enough, we've got Abel and Frank and their son, who is the son of, but this is a son of William. So I wonder if perhaps there's even another family member who is connected, but perhaps elsewhere. So the Dalby database can be very dynamic. When you search, one last tip is that perhaps you don't know a woman's married name, but you know her maiden name. And you can enter in a last name under the notes section, and that can then perhaps find other kinds of family, another kind of a backwards way to do some searching. Rice County History, preserving the past for future generations.